Are you tired of really boring vegetable side dishes? Do you want to take things up a notch with a minimal amount of work and time commitment? Well, you've already seen the title and the thumbnail, so you know that we're proposing that you do so with fennel.
Because fennel is an amazing vegetable. Actually, it is a vegetable, it's a root.
It's a root. I know it's in the carrot family. I looked that up.
It should be a root, because
yeah, it's a root.
because it grows under the soil.
It's a root.
So it's a root.
We're just gonna call it a vegetable because, you know.
Personally, is one of my favorite vegetable. I could spend all my winter just eating fennel.
It is a winter vegetable, and so this time of year, we start eating fennel a lot, and I have come to absolutely love it, in part because it's super versatile and it makes for really interesting vegetable dishes. You can make really over-the-top dishes that are sure to please even the pickiest of eaters. You can make really humble, healthy, but delicious side dishes. And so I've asked Ava to share a couple new ones with me today. Plus, at the end, we're going to show you the fennel dish that is our go-to fennel dish that we eat
A lot.
a lot.
A lot.
At this time of year, at least a couple times a week, if not more. So, if you ever walk by these in the store and you have no idea what to do with them other than maybe throwing them in a salad, if that, or if you're someone who already really, really loves fennel and wants some new recipes, then stick around.
If you're not familiar with fennel, the way in which you need to clean them is a very easy way. So we need to trim the upper part and take out also the external leaves of the fennel, because they are the ones that are very, very tough. And then you need to cut them in half and wash them very, very well. Now that our fennel are cleaned, what we need to do for this recipe is cut them in wedges. More or less something like that. We are going to boil our fennel in salted water for about 5 minutes, 5-7 minutes, no more. In this way, the fennel will be a little bit tender, not completely cooked, but a little bit tender. Now that the fennels are pre-cooked, it's time to make the bechamel. Bechamel is a very simple sauce, milk-based, and the ingredients that we are going to use are flour, butter, milk. Now, the ratio between all these three ingredients is 1 part of flour, 1 part of butter, 10 parts of milk, which means that milks, if maybe you are going to use different kinds of milk. In this case, I'm just going to use normal cow milk. We start with melting the butter on a low heat, and once it's all completely melted, in just one motion, we add all the flour and we start to whisk until a roux is made. Now we start to add the milk. At the beginning, just a little bit to melt the roux, and then we can add it all. It's time for salt, black pepper, and the other fundamental ingredient of a very good bechamel is some fresh grated nutmeg. And with all the passions of the world, what we need to do now is just being here and keep whisking it, because we don't want the bechamel create all the, groomy?
Clumps?
Clumps, and we don't want the bechamel stick at the bottom of our pot. Usually the bechamel can take between 10-15 minutes to reach the right consistency. For me, the bechamel is ready because I want to keep it a little bit more on the liquid side. Once that the bechamel is ready, we can go back to the fennel. I'm going to saute them in a pan with a little bit of butter. Now, for an healthier version, you can skip this step. But because the fennels, let's be honest, they are enough healthy by themselves, maybe we need to add something more, I don't want to say greasy, but something more luscious. So what we want to have is this small crust on the edges of on the side of our fennel. So I'm going to use a pie dish. And what I'm going to do is put just a small layer of bechamel, just to get the dish dirty. And then we start to place our fennel. It's important to not overlap them because we want just one layer. Now we cover the fennel with the bechamel. In this case, you want to be generous. We're going to finish with a snowfall of Parmigiano Reggiano, a little bit of breadcrumb. We add some small pads of butter. And now we bake the fennel at 200 degrees Celsius for about 20-25 minutes, or until on top there is that delicious cheesy, buttery, breadcrumby crust that makes this dish really special.
This is like, how do you take one of the lightest vegetables possible and make it into lasagna?
More or less, more or less. This is a dish that comes from the north of Italy. It's a very classic way in which in Italy we cook the fennel. We call them finocchi gratinati, and is one way to make a delicious and healthy vegetable even better if it's possible.
I was wondering how you were gonna put that. All right, let's try it. Oh, we got that crispy part on the top. Buon appetito.
If it's possible to make a fennel better than a simple fennel, this is one of the ways to make it.
I love this because not only do you get a wonderful fennel flavor, so if you're someone like me or you who really likes fennel, you're gonna really love this dish, but because it's like a really kind of over-the-top extra dish, it's like great if you know, a picky eater, someone who normally doesn't like vegetables or something, they're gonna love this.
Absolutely, because you have that, as you say, decadent taste of the butter and the cheese.
Also, it's very impressive because this is a dish where, frankly, I mean, we went into this thinking about side dishes, but this you could easily consider to be a full meal.
Absolutely, because you have fennel, you have the milk, you have the cheese.
Yeah, but even though it's kind of this like show-stopping dish, it was really, really easy to make. If you compare it to a lasagna, which is one of the closest things I can compare this to.
Perfect on a winter evening when it's cold outside.
Okay, we've done the over-the-top dish that's sure to win over anyone. How about now a very simple, very fast vegetable side dish, but one that's still gonna blow your socks off?
I have something in mind.
But first, a quick word about today's video sponsor. We all know how important sleep is, and yet too often we sacrifice good sleep and then we pay the price for it. Getting a good night's rest has a huge positive impact on every area in our lives, which is why it's crazy we don't spend more time thinking about where we sleep, our mattress. Getting a mattress that fits your personal needs is a huge step towards finding that perfect night of sleep, but it can be overwhelming and tricky. You walk into a mattress store, there's a million options, you just test them for a few seconds, and then you make this huge life decision based on that. That's no way to pick a mattress. Instead, you should check out Helix. Helix offers premium mattresses and bedding that are personalized to fit your needs and conveniently shipped right to your door. Helix has a sleep solution for everyone with a lineup of 20 unique mattresses, plus a variety of mattress toppers. Ava and I first experienced buying a new mattress with Helix back in the US. Helix offers a sleep quiz. In just a few minutes, you fill out some questions about you, your personal sleeping preferences, any issues or problems that may be preventing you from sleeping well, and they will pair you with the perfect mattress for you. Shipping is free within the US, and it just arrives right at your door. It comes rolled up in a box. It couldn't be easier to get it into your house, get it set up. And when we bought our Helix mattress, Helix had a 100-night sleep trial. Now it's 120 nights. For 120 nights, you get to test that mattress to make sure it's perfect for you. No more going into a mattress store and like, it feels okay. I guess I'll sleep on this for the next 10 years. If it isn't perfect for you, returns are seamless. Not only that, all Helix mattresses come with a lifetime warranty. There's really nothing to lose. We sadly could not bring our beloved Helix mattress with us here to Italy. Really bummed about that. It was the most comfortable mattress we ever had, but you don't have to live with the same Helix deprivation. Right now, you can take advantage of Helix's flash sale exclusive partner offer and get 27% off site-wide. To check it out, click the link down in the description below or visit helixsleep.com/pastagrammar. A big thank you to Helix for sponsoring this video.
This dish is a very easy dish because number one, everything goes just in a pan. Number two, it uses ingredients that you don't really need a particular quantity or a specific quantity. You can adjust based on your taste. We start with some olive oil, a clove of garlic, and we're going to add a couple of anchovies fillet. Don't be scared by the anchovies because the anchovies just melt in the olive oil and give that amazing kick. We start on a very low heat, and this is very important because while the oil is heating up, the anchovies, they start to splash everywhere, so please be careful. Here I have some capers and some black olives. The anchovies are completely melted without splashing all around, and the secret is a very low heat. Once the anchovies are melted, we can turn on the heat a little bit and we can add the fennel. A little bit of salt, but don't exaggerate it because we have the anchovies, the capers and the olives that are already well salted. We are going to add just a little bit of water. We cover them and we let them cook on a medium-low heat for about 15 minutes or until the fennel are soft. Simpler than this, there is just a salad.
Super easy, very simple ingredients that if you make Italian food regularly, you probably already have in your pantry. And yeah, you used like a very common Mediterranean mix of olives, capers, anchovies that you'll find in a lot of dishes, but I've never seen it used with fennel before. It looks really good. Like it looks like this very, I don't know how well it translates on camera, but it has this very like silky sauciness to it.
This is from Puglia and has a name and it's called finocchi alla barese, which means fennel at the Bari style. In the style of Bari.
Which is a city.
It's a city in Puglia.
It's where spaghetti all'assassina is from.
Yes, but not just spaghetti all'assassina.
No, that's all they eat. That's the only thing they eat there is this and spaghetti all'assassina.
And the focaccia?
Oh, we were both, you see? You see it? Can you see on camera? That's the golden piece right there. That's the piece we were both going for. It's got that silky sauce on it, has beautiful color. Go for it.
No,
you go. No.
Go.
No.
I had this dish before, so I know how it tastes. Go.
Buon appetito.
Buon appetito.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, people in Bari know what they're doing.
I don't know how to describe what those fennel becomes.
Wow, I know.
It's unbelievable.
It came out very different than I was expecting. Having eaten a lot of fennel dishes, like this is really unlike any other. You have the sweetness of the fennel.
But the savor and the strong taste of
they mix together in a really
perfect balance.
You kind of just have to try this to understand the flavor. It's really unlike anything I've had.
And I don't know what you are waiting for. It's like, go and buy some fennel.
Yeah, it's like super easy. Like you could probably do it before this video's over. Okay, this is for sure going in the weekly rotation.
I knew.
Speaking of which though, I'm very eager to show them I should say your, although I help too because this dish is so easy to make that sometimes even you task me with making it. Our go-to fennel dish that this time of year we're eating at least a couple times a week. You ready?
Yes, Harper.
Yup, it's Eva's sheet pan recipe time. You are not famous for sheet pan recipes, but this is one that you do make.
Actually, right. Before we place the fennel in our baking tray, I need to prepare the condiment of my dish. And I'm going to use breadcrumb, anchovies, cheese, a little bit of olive oil and black pepper. What I'm going to do is mix a couple of anchovies into the breadcrumb. And with your hands, you need to break the anchovies into the breadcrumb. I'm going to add a little bit of Parmigiano. If you prefer pecorino, use pecorino. If you have grana padano, use grana padano. But it needs to be one of these three, or Parmigiano, or grana, or pecorino. Some black pepper. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil into the breadcrumb. Some olive oil on the parchment paper, and we can place in our fennel. Okay, something like that can work. Some salt. Extra virgin olive oil. Now mix all the fennel so every single part of them will be coated in olive oil. And then we can sprinkle on top our condiment. We finish with the rest of the cheese. A little bit more olive oil. And we bake the fennel at 200 degrees for about 20-25 minutes until they are soft but not mushy.
This is it. This is finocchi alla Eva.
This is another version of finocchi gratinati, but the southern way in which we make finocchi gratinati, because in the north they add the butter and the bechamel. In the south of Italy we don't have so much butter, or we are not so crazy for this bechamel. We go plain with breadcrumb, anchovies, cheese and olive oil.
It's super simple, but don't let that fool you.
Absolutely not.
It is really good. And like I said before, like this is a dish where it's so simple and easy. If like sometimes if Ava's like busy or something and maybe I need to lend a hand with dinner, God forbid, Ava will just be like, can you make the fennel? And I know exactly what that means. It means this. It means this. Out of all the fennel dishes that we eat together, this is the fennel dish.
Buon appetito. Never disappoint.
I never get tired of it.
Me neither. And the good thing is that we had fennel cooked in 3 different ways.
And every time it was different.
And they change completely the taste.
Every time was different. And what I like about this one is that this one preserves the raw taste of fennel more. I don't mean raw like uncooked, but like the sort of pure taste. The others kind of really transform it either by adding, you know, some heavier ingredients like bechamel or cooking it in a pan in a way that really reduces and changes the flavor. This one has more of that kind of sweet anise flavor, but with all this like savory, cheesy breadcrumbs, it still keeps this really great savory flavor to it that makes it feel like you're eating junk food. I mean, it feels like you're eating like fried cutlets or food, you know, but it's not.
No.
It's just like, you know,
Baked
some
fennel.
breadcrumbs, yeah.
In my opinion, is one of those underrated vegetables that they can be used for much more than just a salad. Even if a salad is amazing, a fennel salad is something so fresh, so light, so satisfying.
Yeah.
But when you start to cook them, they become even better. Okay, Harper wasn't, when I met him, a very big fan of fennel.
Well, I never really ate fennel. Like, it's not that I wasn't a fan, it's just that I would walk by in the store and be like, I don't know what that is, goodbye. You aren't broccoli or carrots.
When I started to cook the fennel, he just fell in love.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope we gave you some new ideas on things to do with fennel. Before we go, a quick shout out to a pasta grammarian who made a very wonderful cake that is near and dear to our heart.
Is the torta di mele di Sant'Orfeo, or this name is Umbrian apple cake, and is one of those hidden gem of the Italian food that more and more people they should know and cook because it's amazing. And you did a great job.
If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time. Ciao.
Ciao.
This is awesome. I'm gonna need this in my life more often.
It's 10 out of 10.
Really?
Actually, if that was 10 out of 10, this is 11 out, no, 12 out of 12.